Welcome to another episode of KB Talks Podcast. I'm your host, KB. Right now, we're in front of Van Leer Studios. Today's topic is the life of a student athlete and the everyday struggle trying to perform in the classroom as well as on the field. I'm going to be joined by two guests today. Check us out, KB Talks Podcast. All right, welcome to KB Talks Podcast. I got my two guests with me.
Jay Woods.
Andrew Bather.
All right, and we're just going to get into your little background being a student athlete. We're going to start with high school, man. Where are you from and where you went to high school at?
So I'm from Jackson, Georgia. I went to high school at Jackson High School.
From Laverne, Tennessee. I went to Laverne High School.
Okay, got you. So do you think playing football in high school, do you think you guys, high school that you went to prepared you for how a collegiate program was ran when you got to college?
Not to speak down on anybody, but I actually got a little leg up because I did have two older brothers that played before me.
Okay.
I kind of had an idea what to expect, training in the off season, training in the summer with those guys. But if I didn't have two older brothers, I definitely would have been shocked. It's a lot faster. The game's a lot faster. The training's a lot harder, of course. Require a lot more time, and everybody's moving just as fast as you were versus coming from where you're the guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I mean, it's definitely a big difference, but I feel like that if I wouldn't have had my brothers there, that probably would have been a little shock.
Gotcha. How about you, Joe?
Repeat the question one more time for me.
I was saying, do you feel like the high school you went to, did it prepare you in any type of way for how everything was going in college, or how was the program ran in college?
Man, to be honest with you, not at all.
Right.
The reason I say that is because, like he spoke on, everything was quicker, speed was faster, and when you get your high school, you the top dog, and in your region probably the top player as well. But you come to college, everybody was that person. Everything was faster. You know what I'm saying? It opened my eyes tremendously because it opened me saying that I could be the best person here, but everybody's that type of person when you come to college.
Right.
So it's one thing is hey, I got to use my talent. Plus, I got to work my tail off each and every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, to get better. So,
Gotcha.
It was an eye-opening experience for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know the high school I went to, man, we got our mat drill. So we used to have to meet up every morning at 6:30 a.m. So in Atlanta, high school started at 8 o'clock. We used to have to get there at 6:30, work out, do mat drills, and then take a shower in the locker room. They would hand us like a Chick-fil-A sandwich and we go to school. So I would have played. It would kind of been like that, but we weren't really watching film that often like that during the week, like how you was in college.
Nah, that sounds like some real deal stuff, man. They didn't feed us.
I didn't have
Yeah, I mean, like
they didn't feed us.
Yeah, the school I went to, I mean, they won state after I left. I mean, they took it pretty seriously, man. They ran it like UGA, pretty much.
Sandy Creek.
Yeah, Sandy Creek.
Man, y'all a dynasty.
Oh, okay. I forgot where you went. Yeah, that
I
makes
got
sense.
you, man. But as far as so I know a lot of kids really didn't know anything about the NCAA clearinghouse, and I really didn't find that out till late my senior year. It was kind of really put on get a good GPA like a 2.5, and then get your ACT score. It was really, but they didn't really mention NCAA clearinghouse. I saw a lot of kids get cleared by the NCAA. They either had to go to a lower school division type of college or go to JUCO. Did you guys run into any problems with the NCAA clearinghouse?
I didn't, just because based off of, how I was raised, I do want to give the credit to my parents because they instilled that in me when I was young, playing rec league ball. If I had Fs, I couldn't play.
Right.
Regardless of what sport it was.
Right.
So, and also, it was just a thing. I didn't really think high school was hard academically. I didn't really try too hard. I floated by, 3.0 guy, but wasn't like a 3.8. I could have had a 3.8 if I applied myself, but it wasn't really too many issues with the clearinghouse for me.
Would you say your parents played a role in how you took academics and football seriously at the same time?
Give credit to Mom Dukes out here.
Right.
Because, like I told you, we had talked before, that was the number one thing in my household. My mom had pulled me out of games because of grades, you know what I'm saying? But they instilled in me, which I did do very well. Like he said, I did very well when it comes to getting my work done.
Right.
And so the clearinghouse was a breeze for me because one of the biggest things they really don't tell you, the higher your GPA, the lower you had to make on your ACT or SAT.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, but, kudos to my dudes because she stayed on my tail and I got the grades done.
So
and I got
good.
my education.
So that's good, man. I see both people had a good household to kind of raise you both in. It wasn't like, hey, we all football over here. never mentioned school, so they brought that along with the seriousness of taking football. So that's good. So as far as like your recruitment to college, what made you pick your universities? Was it like the coaching staff, family legacy, academic situation? What was that? How was it as far as you picking your school of choice to go to college at?
Mine was different. So into my high school career playing football, I had 36 football scholarships coming out of high school.
Right.
It came down to 5. It was Georgia, Vanderbilt, Clemson, Georgia Tech, and I think Kentucky was my last 5, or Missouri. And people always ask me, hold on, you had Clemson, you had UGA. What the hell made you go to Vanderbilt University? But one of the biggest things I tell people all the time, when I got here, I fell in love with the city.
Okay.
I fell in love with the city. I fell in love with the coaching staff because the coach who was recruiting me at the time was James Franklin and Sean Spencer. Okay. Sean Spencer used to be at my school almost every 2 weeks.
All right.
And I felt the love from them. You know what I'm saying? And I prayed about the decision itself. And one of the biggest things I looked at too also was the education piece of it. I said, man, I have seen a lot of football players, and you know what I'm saying, when football over with, what I'm supposed to do now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I thought about it. And so I was thinking more on a 40-year plan than just a 4 or 5 year, you know what I'm saying?
3-year plan for some people.
Some people, exactly. Right. So that's one of the things, and I prayed about it right before my signing day, and I committed to Vanderbilt University.
Okay.
Yep.
So what about you, Drew?
Man, with me, I was born Big Blue. I'm a die Big Blue. As y'all don't know, the guy interviewing me is my cousin.
Right.
We got a lot of family history with Tennessee State, man. It goes all the way back to his grandfather. My grandfather's in the Agriculture Hall of Fame in Tennessee State. He did a lot of stuff for the school. He used to work for the school, recruited for the school, just to have students come to the school.
Right.
And it was around the early stages of it. But my 2 older brothers played there. My mom was in the band.
So it was kind of easy, especially if they came college.
I didn't have a choice.
Like, y'all accepted them, we in there. Ain't no battle to the finish line.
It was definitely, I love Tennessee State, man, with everything in me, man. It's probably one of the best experiences I've ever had. Hopefully I get to experience something different, but, man, there's nothing that I would change about that, man. Because
Gotcha.
you learn so much about yourself, especially going to HBCU. You learn how to maneuver through certain obstacles, and you know, you feel like you're part of the crowd. You're not a minority there.
Right.
And then you get 100 more brothers playing, sweating with you, bleeding with you, all that type of stuff. You build camaraderie like no other, man. I mean, it was no-brainer for me. I had 2 older brothers already there too, so they were still there. So my oldest brother was a graduate assistant at that time, and my middle brother was a redshirt junior on the field. So it was
They was able to bring you along.
opportunity for all 3 of us.
with you?
All 3 of us to be part of the program. So it was fun for me and my family, man. We enjoyed it a lot.
I got you.